A Richmond artist is aiming to protect the wild horses of the Outer Banks one note at a time. Janet Martin just released a song about the Spanish mustangs in Corolla, North Carolina. Take a listen.
Chestnut stallion, so proud and bold. Just a chestnut colt against a sky so blue. Mighty little colt, nothing you can't do.
The song is called Castaño, which is Spanish for chestnut. Martin teamed up with the Corolla Wild Horse Fund for this project to offer supporters a musical storytelling of the horse's arrival to the Outer Banks. She says the song came to life back in February while she was visiting the Outer Banks with a friend. After a walk along the beach, she says she went back to her cottage, picked up her guitar, and the song wrote itself.
They're amazing, and that they have endured this long is even more amazing. I just hope that we can, keep the horses going and strong and get more support for them. I just wanted to bring the awareness, to people, because I think a lot of people don't know about these horses.
And supporters can download the song along with the music video and lyrics for $5 on the Corolla Wild Horse Fund's website. The money will help protect, conserve, and manage the mustangs.
Well, we have some incredible video out of Southern California that is leaving many people stunned. Take a look at these bioluminescent waves. New at 5:30, what's causing the waves to light up this way and why researchers say it's actually not so rare.
Working for you. CBS 6 News at 5:30 starts now.
Preparations are underway right now for those living along the Gulf Coast as they keep their eyes on two storms headed their way, Marco and Laura. Good evening and thank you for joining us at 5:30. I'm Candace Burns, Julie's off.
And I'm Rob Desir. We have complete coverage of those preparations as well as how some Virginians are already stepping in to help. But first, for the latest from the Gulf Coast, here's CBS's Janet Shamlian.
A nightmarish scene in Haiti in the wake of Tropical Storm Laura. Rushing floodwater and trash filling the streets. The bodies of victims laid along the side of the road. The storm claiming at least 11 lives in Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Flooding as far as the eye can see. Now the threat of two storms within days of each other in Louisiana. Marco whipping up waves just as Laura plows closer and gains strength. With winds that by Wednesday could top 110 miles an hour.
We're only going to dodge the bullet so many times, and the current forecast for Laura has it focused intently on Louisiana.
Parts of Plaquemine Parish now under mandatory evacuation, many fleeing to shelters.
The threat goes well beyond these two storms. This is all playing out amid a pandemic, so in shelters like this one, social distancing, taking temperatures, and requiring masks.
The parish president says it's a challenge like never before.
I've been a resident all my life in this parish, and I have never seen anything. This is unprecedented. Not only are we worrying about one hitting today, 3 days later we're worried about another one.
Teresa France has seen her share of storms and started packing early.
When they said go, what was your thought?
Get out of harm's way the best we can, because you never know what these hurricanes gonna do by past experience.
France remembers the devastation of Hurricane Katrina, and with this week marking 15 years since that disaster, shelters like this are promising to stay open as long as it takes. Janet Shamlian, CBS News, Plaquemine Parish, Louisiana.
As people living along the Gulf Coast continue to prepare, members of the Red Cross here in Virginia are already preparing to respond. According to the organization, 4 local responders flew out Sunday from Richmond International Airport. They will assist in pre-landfall operations in Texas and Louisiana. And for some of them, this is not their first mission. 2 members of the team are on their 4th deployment this year, while one volunteer has been working with the Red Cross for over 15 years.
I think it's the most greatest thing I could do to volunteer for the American Red Cross. And I just love going out and helping people. That's my bottom line goal is I want to help somebody, make their day better.
Right now, experts are telling people living along the Gulf to expect heavy rain, flash flooding, and powerful winds that could cause power outages. Well, looking at the Sky Tracker cam right now, things here look calm in Central Virginia for now. So let's turn now to our chief meteorologist, Zach Daniel.
Yeah, Zach, what's the weather looking like in our area? Also, I think you said that we could feel some effects from these storms.
Yeah, we could. One of them, Marco, is not going to affect us. I do think that we'll see a little bit of an impact from Laura coming up possibly on Saturday. Out here right now, things are very quiet. To our north, though, we have a few storms, and some of those are severe. Let me show you what we've got, and we're looking way up to our north around Fredericksburg, Spotsylvania, down into parts of Caroline County. These storms are just to your north. There's a little gust front coming out, and that's hitting Port Royal right now, eventually down toward Bowling Green, some strong winds there. And the potential here is for wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and possibly some nickel-sized hail. We get a little break in the action through Orange and Louisa counties, and then we have storms back into parts of Albemarle and Nelson counties, moving into Fluvanna and Buckingham counties. So we'll be continuing to track these storms as they head south and east, and they could affect the Richmond area a little bit later on. You see all the moisture coming up out ahead of Marco, even a tornado watch across southeast Georgia at this time. That rainfall moving up into the Carolinas as well. Let's check out our temperatures. Right now in Richmond, it is 85 degrees. The one outlier that jumps out would be 74 up in Fredericksburg. They were 90 degrees last hour, but they've cooled down because of those thunderstorms in the area. Here's a look at your forecast for tonight. We'll have a chance for a shower or thunderstorm all the way through about 10 o'clock tonight. The better chances are going to be through about 8 o'clock, and then after that, lower chances. And then it'll just be a warm and humid overnight period, but we'll crank it up again. In fact, this is going to be a common thing. We'll have a chance for showers and storms, some of those severe, both tomorrow and again on Wednesday, and then looking ahead to possibly Saturday, where we could see some effects from Laura. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Zach, and for the latest information on Marco and Laura, as well as the latest weather alerts here in our area, be sure to download the CBS 6 weather app, which is free in your phone's app store.
The president has announced the FDA has approved convalescent plasma treatment for coronavirus patients. Now, experts say this is not a cure, but we are learning more about the virus. And as the learning gets better, there are new ways to hopefully fight it. In fact, researchers who have been researching or looking into COVID-19 and working to develop a vaccine say the ways of thinking on how to fight the disease have come a long way. They say that's thanks to, in large part, therapeutic medicine, or treating COVID with different forms of therapy and drugs. That includes the new convalescent plasma treatment, and it also applies to drugs like remdesivir, which experts say has helped lower the risk of death.
We see therapeutics advancing at a rapid rate. We're seeing actually vaccination developing at a rapid rate, and we're seeing people's involvement. So this is a very unique time, a unique situation.
Doctors say it's unique because the whole world is involved in this, meaning they've been able to build upon research done in other countries like the UK and Italy.
It's been about 3 weeks since the Commonwealth launched the COVID Wise app, and the Department of Health says more than 430,000 people have downloaded it. But what's being done to protect those privacy of those on the app? The app uses the Bluetooth function in your phone to see if you come close to someone who's tested positive for the coronavirus, and then sends you an alert about a potential exposure. But health officials have expressed that they're not collecting personal information or your location through the app. And signing up for COVID-19 Wise is completely voluntary.
It should not do anything. It should not expose us to anything yet until we start downloading apps like COVID Wise and accepting all the fine prints.
Experts say the COVID Wise app actually collects less information and data than other apps, including Google and Facebook.
The University of Richmond and Virginia Union University started in-person classes today. U of R has already reported 6 active COVID-19 cases among students and faculty. The university required students to get tested before they came onto campus. And leaders say many classes will take place in larger spaces. Some courses have been moved to partially or fully remote. And VUU is also offering a hybrid option. As for precautions on campus, the university says classes sizes will be smaller. This is VUU. And temperature checks will be required at key entry points on campus. Richard Bland College of William and Mary is also welcoming back students for in-person classes today. About 200 students started the move-in process last week. The college is offering both in-person and online classes.
We have an update to the number of coronavirus cases at VCU. The university is now reporting 59 students and 13 employees have tested positive for COVID-19. And they say 43 students are currently in isolation on campus, while 62 students are in quarantine on campus. According to the university, isolation applies to students who have shown symptoms, while quarantine restricts the movements of those students who may have been exposed to COVID-19.
Students in Chesterfield may be starting the year off virtually. When classes are back in person, some of them are going to be going to a brand new school. County leaders cut the ribbon this morning on the new Harrogate Elementary School. The building features new technology, sidewalks, and access road and playing fields. This facility replaces the old Harrogate